So, have you ever surprised someone by showing them something very special that you can do? Today, we're going to read a story, Tessa's Tip-Tapping Toes. And it's about a cat and a mouse who showed each other and their families a very special ability that they had. Tessa's Tip-Tapping Toes by Carolyn Crimi. Illustrated by Marcia Gray Carrington. Tessa had swinging arms, skipping feet, and tip-tapping toes. Most mice scurried along floorboards and ledges, trying not to be seen. But not Tessa. She boogied and she bopped and she shimmied and she hopped and she flounced and she bounced, but she never scurried. "Tessa, stop twirling so!" her mother would scold. Tessa would try to stop with every ounce of her bebop and hip-hop and heart. But when her toes weren't tip-tapping, they felt all wrong. At night, Tessa and her family raided Mrs. Tamboni's kitchen, hunting for crumbs. But instead of hurrying and scurrying, what do you think Tessa was doing? Tessa juggled jelly beans and sashayed with salt shakers, and she loved to tap dance across the teapot wearing her bottle cap slippers. Look what she made tap shoes out of. Maybe there's something fun in your house that you can make tap shoes out of and try tapping on something like a tile floor or a wooden floor or something. Clickety-clack-clack, Tessa danced. Then one day, Mrs. Tamboni got a cat. His name was Oscar, and his head was filled with songs. Most cats like dozing on windowsills and curling up on fresh piles of laundry. Does he look like he likes to curl up on fresh piles of laundry? Looks like he's got some special abilities that other cats might not have. Not Oscar. He crooned on the kitchen counters, he sang in the sings, and he trilled on the dining room table. "Oscar, stop all that racket!" cried Mrs. Tamboni. "What will the neighbors think?" Oscar tried stopping with every ounce of his sing-songing humdinger of a heart, but when his tongue wasn't trilling, he felt all wrong. As soon as Tessa's mother heard Oscar's crooning, she worried that the new cat would catch her dancing daughter. "You must be more careful," she told Tessa. "No more bounding, no leaping, no spinning, and from now on, you will scamper and scurry like a proper mouse." So Tessa hurried and scurried, she skittered and scampered, she stayed low to the ground and didn't make a sound. But it was hard, so hard. When she heard Oscar's songs, Tessa bit her tail to keep herself from dancing. Why do you think it was so hard for her? Well, she heard Oscar's songs and wanted to do what? She wanted to dance, that's right. Within a week, the neighbors complained about Oscar. Mrs. Tamboni worried that they would ask her to get rid of her chorusing kitty. "You must be more careful," she told Oscar. "No more singing, no crooning, no caterwauling, and from now on, you will nap and chase mice like a proper cat." So Oscar napped until noon and he dozed right through dinner. At night, he chased the hurrying, scurrying mice back into their holes. But it was hard. Oh, so hard. When he heard the skitter scamper of little mice feet, what do you think he wanted to do? Oscar bit his tongue to keep himself from singing. Then spring came. Dozens of daffodils danced in the yard. Now, do daffodils really dance? No, but when the wind goes through them, they might look like they're dancing. Tessa watched the daffodils sway, and she longed to dance, but she remembered her mother's warning and kept still. Oscar listened to the leaves swish. He longed to sing, but he remembered Mrs. Timboni's warning and kept silent. Until one night, when Oscar was awakened by the ting, ting, ting of rain on the roof. Oscar's tongue twitched, his throat throbbed, his teeth chattered, and his lips quivered. What did he want to do? He wanted to sing. Before he knew it, a song sprang out of his mouth. Do wappa wappa, do wappa wappa, he sang. Do lang do, do lang do. That same sliver of a song wove its way into Tessa's dreams. Her tail curled, her fingers snapped, her head bebobbed, and her toes tip-tapped. Oh, so she's hearing it in her dreams and asleep. What do you think she's gonna start doing? Oh boy. Without opening her eyes, she waltzed toward the dancing sounds. Uh-oh. Who's going to see her? Diddle-dee-dee, diddle-wop-wop. The rain poured down harder and harder, and Oscar sang louder and louder. Diddle-diddle-dee-dee, diddle-diddle-dee-dee, do-wop-wop, a do-wop-wop. Tessa frolicked and frisked in time to the song, and she danced round and round until she lost her balance and bumped into Oscar's food bowl. What do you think that's going to do? With a clatter. Oh, let's see. Suddenly, Tessa woke up. Oscar stopped singing. He spun toward the noise. Cat and mouse stood staring at each other, and all was quiet except for the rain on the roof. Ting, 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 ting. Now, what's that gonna make them want to do? Ting, 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 ting. Uh-oh. The only one thing came to Tessa's mind. Before Oscar could twitch a whisker, Tessa tapped her toes in time to the rain. Ting, 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 ting. Oscar's mouth dropped open. Ooh. How does he look? He looks surprised. What do you think is surprising him? Maybe he's never seen a dancing mouse before. Have you? Tessa wiggled her middle to the clap of thunder, and Oscar shook his head and blinked. Tessa burst into an all-out rock and roll, boogie-woogie, hip-hop, two-step combo. Oscar watched, eyes wide. Finally, he cleared his throat, and what do you think he's gonna do? Ooh! He belted into a rowdy, riotous tune just right for dancing feet. Tessa moved to the groove, up, down, round, round, up, jump, shout, kick it out. Swing, swish, shake it loose, and she felt so good, she couldn't stop if she tried. See these little notes up here? That means there's music going. He's singing and she's dancing. Tessa's mother crept carefully out of her hole. Tessa, stop, she whispered. But Tessa couldn't hear her. She kept dancing to Oscar's song. Then Mrs. Timboni rushed down to the kitchen in her bathrobe. "Oscar, stop!" she pleaded. But Oscar couldn't hear her. He kept singing to Tessa's dancing. Before long, Tessa's mother's tail twitched. She tapped her tiny toes. Then Mrs. Timboni's throat itched, and she hummed a little tune. And soon everyone was dancing and singing along with Oscar's song. Do-wang-doodle, bang-doodle-doodle-doo. By the time the neighbors called to complain, nobody could even hear the phone ring. And they danced hippity-hop-hop, and they sang doodle-wop-wop all night long. Maybe you have an uncovered talent that you haven't discovered yet, and now would be a good time to try it out. Try tap dancing on one of your floors at home, or try singing and make up a song or a concert for your parents and friends. Have a good time, and thank you for reading with me Tessa's Tip-Tapping Toes. Bye.